Let's going to talk about the prismatic evolutions again. The question is, what can cause prismatic evolutions to crash? And the short answer is, it will be very difficult. And I'll be going through why I think it's very difficult. But there might be an event that just causes this box, well, products, prismatic evolutions, to just completely go down. But even in that case, I don't think it will reach MSRP. Let's go through it. Yeah, so right now, if you look at all the Prismatic Evolutions products, they are all above MSRP. Key one being the ETB, the Elite Trainer box, with EV on the art on the box. It is right now $120. If you look at it since launch, okay, prior to launch it was $150. After launch, it went all the way down to $111, probably close to $100, and then after launch, it climbed up back again to 140, and then reprints caused it to go back down to 100 something again. Then now it's back up to 120. It's a very resilient product, and there's probably three things we can look at to see why Prismatic Evolutions is such a strong set. And undoubtedly, it's the strongest set in the Scarlet and Violet era. Firstly, if we look at the theme, we're talking about evolutions right now. And evolutions is extremely popular amongst Pokemon collectors and investors. You got the EV and its 8 evolutions. This is probably together stronger than a Charizard theme or a Pikachu theme. And that is why, theme-wise, this will always be extremely resilient and strong. Going back to, what's this? Yes, Evolving Skies, another stronger set of the Sword and Shield era. It's got the Evolutions theme, it's Umbreon VMAX Alt Art, most expensive card of Sword and Shield, and also the strongest set. And then this set on its own, the set value is higher than that, Evolving Skies. Okay, second theme we're going to talk about is the artworks. Artworks is subjective, I get that. But if we were to look at all the artworks of the evolutions and other SIRs, I would say it's great. It's great artwork. It's not amazing, but it's good to great artwork. The Umbreon EX artwork, I know it can be debatable. Some people like it, some people don't. But that's with most of artworks, right? You just have to measure what is the proportion that like it and what proportion doesn't like it. And you would find that the majority of people would say the art is good. Yes, part of the good part comes from the value that it has on that particular card. And arguably there are other better artworks out there. That I wouldn't disagree. But artwork in general wise, it's above average if we compare it to the other Scarlet and Violet sets. So artwork wise, it's also helping. Not too sure about the SIR trainers. I'm not really a fan of those. Let me just go there quickly. So these artworks, these are great artworks. Okay, not like super amazing, wow, but they're amazing. And also this one, even non-evolution, these two are also popular amongst collectors. Not sure about this one, Blood one. Not my style. It's just decent. You can't really say it's, crap, something like that. What I can say is these SIR trainers, they really flopped over here. I mean, what is this, right? I'm really not a fan of this. And also this one, I don't know what's going on in this artwork. But other than that, artwork is still above average. And even these Master Balls, it's great. It's good artworks that they chose for these arts. Yeah, again, SIR trainers, not a fan. Okay, so artwork fine. It's also strong on that theme. The third thing that we look at is the set construction and the set value. Okay, if we look at how the set is constructed, it's quite clever, but it could have gone one step further, which is a pity, but nonetheless, it's already still the best. So there's tons of SRRs. I believe there's 32 in total. So there's 26 SRR Pokemons and 6 SRR trainers. Okay, so in total there's 32 SRRs. And to pull SRR is very difficult. Now to pull the specific one that you want, which is most people is chasing Umbreon EX, it is extremely difficult. You need to open hundreds of packs, or even over 1,000 just for a chance to pull the Umbreon. Yes, some people put on the first, but on average you would need over hundreds of packs to pull this card. So that's genius. It's very difficult to pull a specific SRR, and that's why pull rates are difficult, and hence, you know, the singles keep their values and the products also keep their value, and it's just rising as more and more packs are open. The supply of the products decrease, and yeah, it's great. They also have Master Ball patterns and Pokeball patterns, which is arguably also good. Sometimes the Master Balls are a bit blurred in the background, like you would miss it. That's probably my only complaint about it. So otherwise it's great. It's a great thing to introduce to the cards. And pulling some Master Balls, they also have quite a bit of value. Look at this Umbreon Master Ball 96. Yes, it was way higher. It was probably over $300 at one stage, but now it's come down quite a bit. But it's good, and Master Balls, it makes the set bigger, more difficult to master, and hence the products are higher. People will want to rip more packs, keeping up the demand. And the only downfall I would say on the set structure is they don't have illustration rares. So say for example they had illustration rares on top of all of this. This would just make that would just make the set a monster. I would see the set value way higher than this 6,000 right now. It was close to 8,000. If they had illustration rares, I'm sure this total value would probably be breaking 10,000. So that's really the only downside. There's no illustration rares in this particular set, but yeah, it's somehow covered by the Master Balls and Pokeballs. And that is what's shown in Black and White set at the moment. They have SRRs, they have IRs, and they have Master Ball patterns, they have Pokeball patterns, and they also have Black and White rares. So arguably Black and White could be a good contender, but I still think Prismatic Evolutions will stay on top. Okay, so we talked about the 3 factors, and Prismatic Evolutions scores strongly on all 3. Theme, strong. Art, strong. And then also the set structure and value of the cards, strong. I mean, you have one card over 1,000. It was 1.6 at one point. Most of the evolutions were above 300 at one point, and Sylveon was above 500. And then you have so many cards above $100. You can say 14. If you want to add this one, 15. So set-wise, it's also very strong. I would say out of the 3 factors, the set structure is probably the strongest that's carrying the set at the moment. So what can really cause a set to crash? And probably the only main cause is if Pokemon decides to print this to the ground. Not just to the ground, probably to the basement. And that is why you need tons and tons of products of this being printed in order for these values to start dropping. But the chances of that printing it, you know, to the ground, to the floor, whatever, more than before is quite unlikely, because Pokemon has new sets released all the time, and they have to print out these sets ahead in time, 6 months ahead in time. So as new sets come out, they would have to focus on those new sets, and hence a lower likely chance of them printing more of this. And that is why I think this set would stay strong. And it's only in an unlikely event that, you know, a Pokemon I don't know, recession comes, people just don't like Pokemon anymore, and a mass leave from the collectors and investment markets on Pokemon. Otherwise, this set would just stay higher, and after reprints, it would just carry on going up. Okay, that's what I got. Catch you next time.